Hi guys, welcome to this jQuery tutorial. In this tutorial we're going to be looking at CSS style switcher, and we're going to be using jQuery to switch the styles around. So as you can see here, I've got a sort of a mock-up of a layout that I'm working on for my website, and you can see it's got a sort of a blue theme. Now if we come down and look here where it says style, there's three options. We've got a red, blue and green option here, and I'm going to make it so that when you change the style down here, the visual styling actually changes on the website without reloading. So if we come to Dreamweaver, in the head tags here, we've just got our normal setup. We've got our style sheet link here, which is currently linked to blue.css, and we're also including two JavaScript files. The first one is Jquery, and the second one is the cookie plugin for Jquery, and you can get that from the link in the box below. So what we need to do is we need to change the red and green CSS files that I've also opened up here to represent the colours that would match the styles. So I'm going to go through and just change up the colouring inside here, and then we'll come back and look at how to use jQuery to change them. Okay, so I have gone through, and this is the red one, and now if we change it to green so you can see that, and this is the green layout. So let's change this back to blue for a minute. So now what we need to do is we need to activate our jQuery when this drop down box is changed. So we come to where our drop box is, which is down here in the footer. I'm just going to give this a class of style change. Now just before the body tags end, we're going to insert script tags, and we're going to open and close our function, or our on document load function of for the jQuery. And what we need to do is we need to target the class of style change, and use the change function, or the change event listener, so we know to execute something when that drop box is changed, when the value of that drop box is changed. So what we need to do is we need to now target our style sheet link up in the head here. So we're going to be targeting this one. So we want to target the link tag, but if you've also got like a favicon and anything else you might use the link for, then they're all going to be, we're not necessarily going to be targeting the right link tag. So what we're going to do is we're going to use this rel attribute here, So after we target the link tag, we're going to open and close our square brackets. We'll just close that off for a minute. And inside here we want to target a link tag with the rel attribute of style sheet. And then we want to change the attribute of that style sheet, and we want to target the href attribute, and we want to change it to this dot value. That's going to be pretty much it, I think. So we come back and just reload. If we go to green, oh, hold on. I haven't put CSS on the end, so we want this dot value plus dot CSS. Just reload it. So as you can see, we're changing between each of the styles without having to reload. Okay, so now we can change between the style sheets easily enough. We'll put in a transition just to sort of spruce it up a bit. So inside of our change event listener here, we're going to declare a variable. We're just going to call this style. We're going to make this equal this dot val. And what we're going to do is we're going to make everything fade out, and it's going to change, and it's all going to fade back in again. So we're going to target the body, and we're going to say fade out. We'll make this slow. Then after we give it the speed that we want to fade out, we're going to start we're going to open a function. We're going to close the function. And inside this function, we want to put this. We want to put the changing of the style sheet. So where we had this .val originally, we now just want to put style plus .css, or if you want to, you can add it on the end at this point here. So this will take place after the body has faded out. Then once the style has been changed, we're going to fade it all back in again. So we're going to target the body and fade in slow. That's all we need to do for that. What I'm just going to do is I'm going to swap them around there. So when we come back and refresh, you can see it fades out, changes the colours, and fades back in again. Simple as that. So the next thing we want to do is we want the theme to stick with the style that we've got, or we want the page to stick with the style that we've chosen, even if we're changing page. And we're going to use cookies to do this, and this is why I've included the cookie JavaScript file, or the Jquery plugin. So after we fade the body back in, we're going to set a cookie. And this is pretty simple. So we say cookie, we open and close the tags. The first thing we want to do is we want to name our cookie, so we're going to name it CSS, and then we want to give it a value, and the value is just going to be this style variable that we used. And the final part we want to do is we want to give it some options. So we're going to put these in the curly braces, and the options are expires in 365, I'm presuming that's days, and the path where we're saving the cookie. So now we've set the cookie, we need to call the cookie, and I'm going to use PHP to do this. So we'll open and close some PHP tags right at the top here, and we'll say if is set cookie CSS and we want to say the style variable is equal to the cookie CSS, else we want to say that the style is equal to blue to make our default style sheets show up. And where we've got the blue, where we've got the original link here, what we're going to do is we're going to replace that with a PHP echo, and we're just going to echo out the style variable, which will place in the either the default blue style or the saved cookie style. So we reload. We currently got only a blue style because we haven't changed it to save any cookies. Now if we go to green, now our cookie should have been saved. Now if we reload, we'll see whether this works or not. There you go. See, reload as many times as we like. We go to red, we've changed the cookie again. So as long as we use that on every page, we're going to be having a different, the option to change the style. The styling should remain throughout. You know, the selected style should remain throughout. So that's it for this video. I'm not going to take the credit for this concept. I got it from CSS Newbie, from a blog on his. I just thought I would put it into a video for anyone else who may be interested and want to see it in action. You can go to his website, which I'll also put down in the description bar. So that's it. Join me for another video soon.